The house carried a strange, oppressive stillness as she stood before me. Her robe slipped off her shoulders with a deliberate, almost staged grace, the silk brushing across her skin before pooling at her feet. Her body hadn't changed, still lean, still sculpted, every curve familiar to me after decades. But her eyes, sharp and unflinching, cut straight into mine. 24 years, she said, her tone colder than stone. I've been loyal all this time. But tonight I won't be. He's coming. And I don't care what you think, I'll be with him. Her words didn't burn. They froze me from the inside out. I didn't argue, didn't shout, didn't beg. Instead, I walked with measured steps to the safe, spun the dial, and pulled out my revolver. The solid weight in my hand grounded me more than anger ever could. I drew a breath and spoke quietly. If he sets foot in this house, there's no turning back. Memories surfaced, years of sacrifices, the life I'd helped provide, nights we'd shared in quiet comfort. All of it dismissed in a single sentence. Deep down, I had already known. The hidden messages, the mysterious trips, the faraway look in her eyes whenever I reached for her hand. She thought her deception was flawless. But betrayal leaves a scent, subtle, lingering, impossible to ignore. Some men would have answered with rage. I chose something colder. Revenge, I decided, would be slow, deliberate. I mirrored her emails, copied her texts, traced her spending. I said nothing. I gathered faces, names, receipts, proof she thought invisible. While she lay beside me at night, believing herself untouchable, I built an arsenal far more powerful than bullets. First, I fortified myself. Shifted assets, restructured accounts, closed loopholes. Every tie she leaned on, I quietly cut, until the ground beneath her was no longer solid. She believed her world was unshakable. She didn't see the foundation disappearing brick by brick. When he finally arrived, slick hair, overpowering cologne, swagger masking insecurity, I met him with a calm he couldn't understand. The pistol rested where he could see it, but what I slid across the table was deadlier. A thick dossier. Photographs of him and her together. Records of his shady dealings. Pages that could ruin him. His grin evaporated. He begged, bartered, turned to her for help. But for the first time, she looked at me and realized fear had replaced the complacency in her eyes. "You thought you could steal my life," I said, voice steady as ice. "Tonight you both lose it." I made 2 calls, one to my attorney, another to the investigator I had hired months earlier. The plan unfolded exactly as I had designed. By morning, he was in custody, his arrogance collapsing into desperate excuses. By afternoon, divorce papers were served, airtight, unchallengeable, leaving her with nothing to cling to. The world she had built on my effort unraveled. Friends distanced themselves. The men who once circled around her vanished the moment they saw the truth. She raged, she cursed me, called me cruel. I only shook my head. For 24 years, I was her husband. She ended that the night she chose someone else. I didn't ruin her with violence. I let the truth, cold, undeniable, legal, do the dismantling. Now I live in the quiet after the storm. Not victorious, not broken. Clear. The story we wrote together is finished, and my pages are blank again. She carries the weight of her choice, heavier than any scar, more enduring than one reckless night. I could have destroyed everything in fury. Instead, I chose patience, preparation, and consequence. In the end, I lost nothing. She had already given it away.